I am so excited to show you your financial plan. You are gonna love it and you are gonna owe me big, okay? But first, let's recapitulate all the things that we covered last time I saw you, so you remember exactly what we are going to talk about. You remember the index strategy, right? Everything is about the index strategy. So let me explain to you again this chart. So let's say you have $10,000. The first year you gain 10%. Now you have $11,000. The next year you have another 10%. You have $12,000. So with the index strategy, our principal and our interest is protected. Every time that the market goes up, our money goes up. The market goes down, our money just holds. Interest and principal are protected, and our money is not in the stock market, but is linked to the S&P 500, right? And as you remember, it has a cap of 14%. So that means that if the market goes up 20%, you are just gonna get 14%, right? So we just participate in the gains, not in the losses, okay? Now, these are actual numbers. This is how the S&P 500 performed in a 11-year period. So let's see this, okay? So imagine you have an investment of $100,000. Let's say you start $100,000 with the in the market. So 2000, 2001, 2002, negative year. So we are losing money. 2003, that was a positive year. That was amazing. 2004, that was a good year too. 2005, 4%. 2006, 15%. And after 7 years, that's when we are start looking to see a little bit of money. 2008, everybody remembers 2008, right? 37% negative. 2009, that was an awesome year. 2010 was a positive year too. But as you can see, in 11 years, we just made $3,500. That's a rate of return at 3.5. So with that, we better put our money in a Wells Fargo account, right? And avoid all the heart attacks. But let's see how it works if our money is in the index strategy. You're gonna be shocked. This is how it works. 2000, 2001, and 2002, we didn't lose any money. Zeros. 2003, we are capped. 14. 2004, the full amount. 2005, the full amount. 2006, capped again. 2007, we get the full amount. 2008, we have a zero. We didn't lose any money. 2009, capped again. 2010, capped again. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros and 1, 2, 3, 4 caps. But also, we double our money, right? So we ended with $206,000. So which one do you think is better? Of course, the index strategy, right? We don't participate in the losses. So zero is our hero, right? Now, let's review a little bit about your goals. Last time I saw you, you told me that you wanted to retire between 65 to 70, and you were expecting an income of $2,000 a month, and you were going to be able to put in a comfortable way between $150 to $200 a month to reach to your goal, okay? Now, let me show you what I did for you. Let me put just this aside here. This is what I did for you. This is your plan. So look at this. I changed it a little bit, like starting with a couple of years with $183, then pump it up a little, another 2 years with $250, and then leave it level for $300. Doing that, it's gonna give you an income of, I have to push you a little bit further. I did it until 70, okay? It's gonna give you an income of $27,000 a year. So that's a little bit more than your goal, right? But look at this. Here are you at 70, at 80, at 90. As you can see, the money doesn't stop, right? 90, 91, 101, 111, 121. Well, Mike, I don't know how you are planning on living, but the thing is that the money doesn't stop. Isn't this cool? Right? Well, the question is, what is this? What is this that is allowing us, to put some contributions and then let it grow in a tax diverse basis and then pull it out as an income, tax-free and penalty-free for the rest of our entire life, an income that you are not gonna outlive. So what is this? Well, this is just one product in the entire tax code USA, and the name is an index universal contract. Have you ever heard about this? No? Well, I'm gonna explain to you. This is really, really cool. In order to shelter your money for taxes, they put a little bit of life insurance to cover it. In this case, we are talking about $250,000, $263,000 that they want you are covered with that amount. So if something happens to you, your family gets that money. Now, as I told you, your contributions are protected for the life insurance. So this is the way it works. They put a little bit of life insurance to shelter your money. So it doesn't matter if you are going to put a small amount or a contribution of a big amount. It's just the necessary life insurance that is going to shelter that money. And in this case are the $263,000. Isn't this amazing? Well, and the reason also is because every time that you pull money from your policy, when you are starting getting that income, is called a loan, right? And that's the reason why it's not taxable. And that's the reason why we are protecting all this money from taxes, because every time that we are pulling out the money from our policy, it's called a loan, right? Very good. Now, there are two things that you have to know if you are getting into a program like that, or at least those two things. I would love to know those two things. First of all, if I'm gonna put this amount of money in a period of time that is like, let me see, in your case, we're talking about 30 years. You're gonna be contributing with this in 30 years, and you're gonna be putting a total of $103,000. So if I'm gonna be putting this amount of money, I really wanna be sure that the company that I'm putting this money is gonna be there when I write these checks, right? Isn't that important? Okay, well, let me ask you something. Have you ever heard about Aviva? No? Have you seen this little logo? No? Well, don't worry. I brought this information so I can introduce them to you, okay? Aviva is the 6th largest insurance company in the world. They have 43 million customers worldwide. Sales of $68 billion, but this is the big thing. They have $1 trillion in assets, right? So we are talking about a very, very strong company. And then they have an excess capital above the regulatory requirements, and those are $5 billion. And this is for you. I'm going to leave this for you so you can check it out. But let's talk about the ratings. AM Best, A. Standard & Poor's, A. Moody's and Investors, A. So this doesn't get any better, right? Well, as I told you, I'm gonna leave this. I'm just gonna point that 70% of their investments are in bonds. So these are their portfolio. That's very important because they are a very conservative company. And now let me tell you a little bit more about Aviva. They have been in business since 1696. Not long time ago, right? And this is some of the people that they insure. Winston Churchill, Queen Victoria. But this guy, Napoleon, they declined him twice. No. I don't know why, probably because he was French, or I just don't know why. But the reason why I'm putting this is because you have to understand that a company that has been in the market for over 300 years, what? They have been in 2 world wars, 11 depressions, and these guys, they are still writing checks, right? So I'm pretty sure that by the time you are going to retire, they are going to be there to write your checks, right? Now, Aviva, talking about this specific product, the index strategy, I brought you here a list of the 10 top companies that they write this kind of contracts. And Aviva has 30% of the market. Aviva is number one in this contract. Why? Because they have a patent on the way